Back in the end of July, I was involved in it was a fishing accident that I dropped a fish on my foot. Long story short, got a bacterial infection, got into my bloodstream and went into my spinal cord. About 10 days after the incident, whatever you like to call it, I found myself in a hospital in Fort Stockton. I was immediately transferred to a medical center in Odessa. Got treatment and then was transferred to the third floor to the rehab, inpatient rehab at MCH. That was kind of the start of the journey of recovery. I was at that point paralyzed from the chest down. I wanted to get better. Just it was a sad day that day. Speaking with Gilbert, he was nothing but supportive. I'll never forget. He told me, he said, "Hey, I'll give you one day for a pity party, and that's it. As soon as we have this pity party today, tomorrow we come in here and go to work." So he put things into perspective for me. We talked about that full hour. Talked, more down to my level of, maybe some things that potentially could be going wrong. He's not a doctor. He wasn't my neurologist, but he had a good understanding of what I was going through due to his experience. That helped. So came in the next day with a total new attitude and went to work.
When I first saw Neil, he couldn't hold his balance, couldn't sit up. Very difficult to transfer from the wheelchair to the bed. He had a very hard time just even sitting up. He had to prop himself up with his hands. Laying down, we had to get his legs up onto the bed. Couldn't really do much of any functional mobility on his own. We would try and sit up without the use of his arms. Once he got that pretty much mastered, we would work on transferring from the wheelchair to the bed using a sliding board. I taught him where to place his feet so that way they can at least protect him somewhat. Once his balance was a lot better and he was able to maintain that sitting posture, then we started working with our Sarah Plus lift equipment, and it lifts him up. So once he's up, he's bearing weight through his legs, gaining more strength, and we're physically having to help advance his legs forward.
Yeah, they worked with me every day, were excellent, but they had to teach me to walk again. The physical therapist that I was assigned to, his name was Melissa. She, again, very supportive, very motivational, very understanding of what you're going through. It's a different, you're walking one day and you're not the next, not really understanding what happened. It was a tough situation to be in, and these people really help you get through those rough times, because it's not a bright sunshiny day every day, but you get in there and their attitude, their demeanor, they're laughing, joking. They make it much easier to spend those days in there with other patients that are hurting, and knee replacements, hip replacements, you name it, they're in there. So definitely a good group of people.
In rehab, we're a cohesive unit, a cohesive team. We have to work as a team together. Physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapists as well, if needed. And the nurses as well provide 24-hour rehabilitation care for the patients. The physicians provide care as well. So we're a completely interwoven team, interdisciplinary team together.
Today's my discharge day from Mission Fitness, so I'll move on to using the tools that I learned not only back in the inpatient with that excellent group there, still do some of the things they showed me there, and in turn, what I've learned here with Sylvia, here at the Mission Fitness and physical therapy I've had here for the last few months. Use that toolbox and go on and continue to improve.
I still see him in my office every month, and he's remarkably better. He's walking without a cane. His strength is nearly normal in his legs, and he's almost back to where he was before. He's working full time. He's a family man, hardworking individual, and we're very happy that he's done so well.